I'm filming this in my rental car right now because I'm excited about Bitcoin. I hate to see it go down. I love it when it starts coming back up. I wanted to put out a quick video about what's going on with Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin is right below 30,000 once again, about 29,900. So definitely much better than this morning when it was below 29,000. My video this morning covered the curve hack and the possibility of the founder being liquidated. Also, this other swap that was hacked, and a meme coin going belly up, right? So obviously they were not good, but Bitcoin is strong. I've always told you guys that Bitcoin is very, very strong, and we're right back up 1,000 points to 29,900. Now, why do we get a resurgence once again? Well, besides Bitcoin being very strong, a couple things were announced today. Number one, Fitch Ratings downgraded the U.S. from AAA to AA+. And of course, whenever credit rating gets downgraded, it's not a good thing. It's not a good sign at all. And this is due to the fact that the U.S. had this debt ceiling crisis and Congress couldn't resolve it until last minute. Okay, that's not good. That's not good. We're already seeing countries around the world getting off the USD standard. And that's the last thing. That's the last thing that the politicians want to see, or the Fed see, because if the credit rating continues to go down and down and down and down, that means other countries are less likely to buy our currency or bonds, which would be very bad. Very, very bad indeed. Keep in mind, this country has enormous amount of debt, and one of the ways to pay back the debt and to keep going is to sell more bonds. And if we can't sell more bonds, we can't repay back the bonds that were already issued, and we can't cover the interest on them as well. As a country, we don't want to see credit rating go down, but it did happen today. And I do think that contributed to Bitcoin's price going up, because a lot of people are realizing, well, maybe USD isn't so good to be holding. US government bonds and notes are not so good to be holding. Let's hold something better, like Bitcoin. I think that had a lot to do with today's resurgence, but that's not all. Guess who announced that he was going to buy more Bitcoin? Of course, that would be Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy. They didn't announce specifically they were going to buy a lot more Bitcoin, but they hinted it for sure. So MicroStrategy came out saying that they're looking to sell $750 million worth of equity for things that they want to buy, including Bitcoin, right? So that could be another 750 million, like $750 million injection coming into Bitcoin. Michael Saylor, the Ultra Bull, continues to buy more and more and more and more and more Bitcoins, right? So obviously that is also pretty positive. We don't know when. We don't know when they can actually sell the equity, right? When this is coming. But if we do know Michael Saylor, he's been working on this for quite some time already. And we know all of his buys are always big, hundreds of millions. I think his last buy was 250 or 150 million, right? This next time will be absolutely huge. Overall, today turned out to be a pretty good day. Besides Bitcoin coming up, I see Ethereum is coming close to 1,900 again. Several alts are starting to come back up. So even though we have some scary things happening in DeFi, overall, I told you guys to stay strong, stay focused. It's a very immature market right now. There's a lot of people and projects working on new things, untested things, and sometimes, yeah, they go under, or bad things happen, vulnerabilities and hacks, right? Does not mean they're all bad, but it does mean that you got to watch out for yourself. You can't just FOMO into any new project just because they're promising something great or high interest or something that's risky. You just have to be careful, right? You can't always just jump head in first. But that does not mean that they're all bad or the industry is all going to collapse. No, it just means that people are still trying to figure it out. And I told you guys, Bitcoin, it's scarce. It will only get more scarce. More and more people are going to be coming in. Demand is going up. And the fundamentals of Bitcoin has never, ever been better. And I've been telling you guys day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out. I've been saying it for quite some time. And I know there are times where it's scary. There's volatility. There may be hacks or whatever's going on. There may be government pressures or SEC pressure, macro factors, right? That's putting a lot of pressure on Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is leading the way and will continue to do so. And as we get closer and closer to the halving event, I believe Bitcoin's price will rise up. And afterwards, that's when we see that parabolic rise, right? That is coming.